Hello and welcome to the Facing Your Fears, Turning Fear into Courage. We are on chapter 37 and it's entitled Truth. And the funny or interesting part about this is the very first place we need to look for truth is the truth we tell ourselves. I think this is a lifelong journey because we're influenced by the people who raised us, the people around us, and what can I say, our programming that makes us believe that maybe what we believe about ourselves might not be true. And I'll tell you, sometimes we do believe lies. And so, what I wanted to help you with is if people programmed you to believe you're not smart enough, you're not strong enough, you're not capable, or whatever it might be, and it may not be said in words, it may be that they say, be careful, or let me help you, or anything like that, that programs you to believe that you're smaller, less capable. And that happens. You look at little children and they can't always climb the stairs or jump off the top of the couch. I'm thinking of my grandson. He can do all these really fun things. And you have to say, be careful or let me help you. You don't have to, but you want to protect them. And so sometimes it's being done out of protection, out of care. I don't think most people as parents want to do things that hurt the child, although they do. And people do hurt their children indirectly, directly. And that makes a big impression. But we're not talking about all that right now. We're going to talk about you finding your truth. And so sometimes if I'm trying to make a decision, like I just got back from Mexico, and I might say, I want to go to Mexico. I don't want to go to Mexico. And I have my hand on my heart and I can feel I want to go to Mexico. And I can make decisions by feeling the energy behind what I'm trying to say, yes, no, or what I'm trying to do. That helps us find our truth, but also taking the blinders off. If we have blinders about situations, about people, about relationships, and because of the work I do see people that have blinders on that have put up with emotional abuse or neglect or betrayal or things like that. And I want them to know the truth. Now, if they decide to face the truth and still stay in a situation, that's one thing. But first, recognizing the truth helps us a lot. So I'm going to ask you, is there any place where you may not be telling yourself the truth? I know at one point when I did this years ago, I realized that I was more tired than I realized and that I have a tendency to push myself. And so I had to, when I looked into my eye, looked into my heart, I went, wow, I'm a little tired. I think I need to either slow down for a bit, take a vacation, do something that regenerates all the energy that I'd like to be able to give out and enjoy. The other part is to tell your truth to the world. And that is one of the first agreements for the 4 agreements is to tell your truth, but to do it in a positive way. It also says do not speak negatively about anyone, including yourself. And if we could learn to do that, boy, this world would get better. It's basically saying don't gossip unless you want to say something positive. And that's a lesson that I think most of us could learn and learn to do it better. But telling your truth to others, one time my son and I made an agreement, let's tell only the truth for 24 hours. And I was talking to him on the phone, driving to work, and I said, I'm getting off the freeway right now. And then I went, oh no, I'm not off the freeway. I'm like 100 yards from getting off the freeway. I said, wait, I'm 100 yards from getting off the freeway. I don't want to exaggerate or I don't want to mislead by anything that is not the truth. And I do find myself, when I say something that might not be 100% accurate, I'm trying to go back and say, no, the accurate response is this. And as you start to learn to tell your 100% truth, life gets much easier because you're just being authentic and being real. A lot of us grew up in homes where we had to hide the truth. I was safer if I didn't tell the truth to my mom. I could definitely tell the truth to my dad, but if I told the truth to my mom, it could cause trouble. So I learned to change things around a bit to survive. And then it becomes more of a habit. Then you want to do the work that you tell the truth to others and you tell the truth to yourself. Is there a situation that you want to work on? Do you have a partner that you want to share something that you've been hiding? When we have a secret, when we're not telling our truth, we have to keep distance from people because that secret keeps us from connecting. I don't know if you get that, but I do. I know from working so hard in this field that if I have a couple and one person is not telling their 100% truth, they have to keep distant in order to survive in that situation. It can go as far as that they're having an affair, which of course they're going to keep distance because they have a huge secret. I've had people who have lost hundreds of thousands of dollars and not told their partners, and they keep their distance. But even small things of any kind of things that have happened in the past that might affect a relationship, if you can identify that this might be happening in the relationship and causing, what would I say, unease in the relationship, if you talk about it, all of a sudden you bond a little bit better. So finding our truth, speaking our truth, recognizing the truth, seeing the truth in others. I see people that don't see themselves like the rest of the world sees them. They don't recognize their strength or their beauty or their determination or their great sense of humor or their incredible intelligence. You know, you're given a gift of intelligence and maybe you don't even realize it. So let's really look at ourselves honestly, look at the world honestly. Let's hope for the news to be honest, and let's hope for, if we change our level of truth to be the very best, maybe it'll affect our relationships, affect our families and our communities, and eventually affect the world so that we live in a state of truth. How freeing would that be? It really does set you, that saying, and the truth will set you free. It's true. I think that was from a movie, Liar, Liar, with Jim Carrey. He had to tell the truth, which I think is a good idea. And it helped him in the long run. So we're doing chapter 37, the idea of truth. Let's all work on it together. Let's create a better version of ourselves and a better relationship and families and better world. So thank you for joining us, Facing Our Fears, Turning Fear into Courage, chapter 37, Truth.